So I've got the first half of the RARDEN cannon sitting in here, and this is just half a pattern. On this one I'm using half a pattern. It's so half a split pattern, should I say, and then once this one's removed I'll drop in the whole pattern. Odd as it sounds, but I'd already had this as an experimental test piece for the cannon, so I've just adapted it and saved me doing hideous amounts of prints, which I have a habit of doing anyway. So facing sand, ram it up, turn it over. Simples. Now it's all rammed up, and I'm just going to strike it off, turn it over. Good friend of mine, Martin, old foundryman in Australia, he uses a saw blade, and he swears by it to strike off. I've tried it and I'm not really a lover of it myself, each to their own, but I've just got a simple bit of angle iron and I find it works excellent on my moulds. But he is using sand, and, or should I say, he's using green sand and I'm using Petrobond, so maybe this just suits mine a bit better. So there we go. Right, so I'm going to turn this over, drop the other mould in. So I've got the pattern half in there, so I'm going to pull this out, leaving this section here because this is the sprue will go here, spin trap, and this is a small gate. Something like about 1.5 mil deep by, what's that, 2 centimetres wide. Here we are. I'll dust that again. And here we go again. Parting powder is in. So it's just facing sand, ram it up. This time we're going to have the sprue in place. Now it's the first time I've used this mould, and I've elected to not go with a riser. I'm hoping that it will just work out just about right. Only reason I haven't is because this will be cast on a slope, this being the bottom, and I want to keep any markings from the casting on one side. So to get a riser in, which means putting it about here, which then leaves this a little bit fragile. So if I do need a riser, then I'll have to do a little bit of a rethink. But at the moment, it's relatively thin. I'm going to hope it's going to be okay. Time will tell anyway. I've removed the cope. I've now got the pattern in there, and this is why I wasn't too fussed about making another split pattern, because this is now just relatively easy to lift out and tidy up. Right, the ends are a little bit messy, but I'm not worried about them because that's only where the core sits. You'll see that in a minute. I'm going to brush the mould anyway. I'm not going to be too light about it. And the idea of this is to try and get rid of some of the 3D printed lines that appear. And it's very difficult to remove all of those unless you spend a lot of time on them. And I find doing that simply makes it good enough. cutting the interior because I need it at 42mm, but obviously it's got such a stick out, I don't want to risk it beeping it up. No word I say beep. So I'm taking really light cuts. Got a stop set. Change direction, slow up, put my feet on, reverse.
Here's some stills of the finished items. They haven't come out too sad. They weren't perfect by any means, but for a test it's more than adequate to show what was going to be possible, but really just was not economic to do so. And here's some footage of the Rarden actually firing with a gas gun. That's a machine gun, obviously, again running on gas. And that's the Rarden cannon priming with gas, and here we go. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and I'll catch you again.